Welcome to 21st Sports. Football is back, and so are we here at 21st Sports, and we're talking the San Diego Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. And their Week 1 matchup played September 11th, 2016, as these two AFC West Division rivals went at it, and their season openers respectively. Of course, the season opened on Thursday, but this is the first game for each of these two teams. And what a game it was. It looked like it was all Chargers early on. Of course, the Chiefs did get a field goal off their first possession, a 47-yarder that put them up 3-0. But then Melvin Gordon scored his first touchdown of his NFL career. Of course, he played last year as a rookie, but he did not get into the end zone. But he got in there today. He actually got in there twice, as he scored the first points for the Chargers to put them up 7-3 there in the first. And then just a minute into the second quarter, he got his second touchdown of his career and of this game. A 6-yard run this time. The first one was a 1-yard run, but it was 14-3 at that point. And then, with about 8 minutes still left before halftime, Philip Rivers found Danny Woodhead in the corner of the end zone all by his lonesome. And so he gave him a friend. He said, "Here, have a football. That'll keep you company." And that made it 21-3 going into halftime. And then early in the third, about midway through actually, Josh Lambo hit a 29-yard field goal to make it a 21-point lead for the Chargers, as it looked like they were going to steal a road victory in Kansas City. And we all know Arrowhead is one of the toughest places to win in all of football. But the Chiefs had other ideas, specifically Alex Smith, as he would hit Tyreek Hill for a 9-yard touchdown to make it a 14-point game at 24-10 after 3. But the Chargers came back with another 3 points, a 28-yard field goal by Josh Lambo to extend their lead back up to 17 points. They had been up by 21, but it was a 17-point game there in the fourth quarter with about 13 and a half minutes left, with the score 27-10. But then Alex Smith went off. He hit Jeremy Maclin for a 19-yard touchdown pass to make it a 10-point game at 27-17. Then he got him into field goal range. Cairo Santos hit a 33-yard field goal, and it was now within a touchdown with the score 27-20. And with 1 minute left before the end of regulation, Spencer Ware finds the end zone on a 5-yard touchdown run, and this game was tied at 27, and we would be heading to overtime. And in overtime, Alex Smith took it into the end zone himself, called his own number, 2-yard touchdown run. Alex Smith doing what he does, and that's scoring on the ground and through the air. As Alex Smith is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in all of football. I really thought that the Niners, back when they let him go, that they made a big mistake, and I guess it's true, one man's trash is another man's treasure, as he certainly has been a treasure in Kansas City, as he is a very reliable quarterback who at times he can really shine and put up some big numbers, but he can get it done through the air and on the ground, as he proved today. So he had 3 total touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 on the ground, as he was 34 for 48, 363 passing yards for Alex Smith, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and then the 15 yards rushing and the 1 rushing touchdown, which was the game winner, as the Chiefs walk away the victors 33-27, as they snatched the victory from the claws of defeat. And this was actually, I believe, the biggest comeback victory in Chiefs franchise history. So, of course, if I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments section below. But Spencer Ware, 70 yards rushing off 11 carries, had a touchdown as well. And he also had 129 yards receiving off of 7 catches. So he's just shy of 200 yards total for Spencer Ware. He had 199 total yards for Spencer Ware in this game. Travis Kelce had 6 catches for 74 yards, and Jerry Maclin had 5 catches for 63 yards and a touchdown. That's all for the Chiefs. And for the Chargers, Philip Rivers, 25 for 36, 243 passing yards and a touchdown. Danny Woodhead had 16 carries for 89 rushing yards. He also had 5 catches for 31 receiving yards and a touchdown, which gave him 120 total yards in the game for Danny Woodhead. Williams had 2 catches for 71 yards, and Allen had 6 catches for 63 yards. And on defense, Mebane and Atichu and Reed all had sacks as they were putting the pressure on Alex Smith as they sacked him 3 times in this game. First downs pretty close, 26-25, with the slight edge going to the Chiefs. And in third down efficiency, the Chargers had the edge, 7 for 15, 46%. The Chiefs were struggling on third down, especially early on, 5 for 14, just 35% conversion rate. But on fourth down, the Chiefs came up clutch, 2 for 2, 100% on fourth downs down the stretch. And then total net yards, 413 for the Chiefs, 388 for the Chargers. On the ground, San Diego, 155 net rushing yards, just 83 net rushing yards for the Chiefs, although they both averaged over 4 yards per rushing play, with 4.8 for San Diego and 4.4 for Kansas City. And that's average yards per rushing play. And then net passing yards, 330 for Kansas City, 233 for San Diego. Of course, Rivers was sacked once for a loss of 10 yards, and Alex Smith was sacked 3 times for a total loss of 33 yards off of those sacks. Let me look at the penalties. 5 penalties against the Chargers for 30 yards, 6 penalties against the Chiefs for 46 yards, although they were able to overcome that, but it's pretty close, actually, especially with the numbers we've been looking at across the board in all the different games. We look at the red zone efficiency, very efficient for Kansas City, 4 for 5, 80% in the red zone, and the Chargers 3 for 5, just 60% in the red zone. Of course, that would come back to cost them this game, is if they had been a little more efficient in the red zone, maybe it would be a different outcome. Most likely it would be a different outcome, but they actually had the ball more, 34 minutes and 1 second to 31 minutes and 6 seconds. Of course, the extra time was due to overtime, as it took more than just regulation for the Chiefs to win this one. Exciting game, very hard fought. So it looked like it was all Chargers early on there in the first half, but then the Chiefs came back. And that's the thing, when you got division rivals, you know they're going to lay it out all on the field, and that's what happened here in this game. A very exciting game going into overtime. But let me know what you think in the comments section below. What plays and performances stuck out to you? Definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for listening. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you're having a good day and having a great weekend and enjoying all the sports.